Hey guys, it's Gordon, and today I wanted to talk about at one of SNL's new cast members, Marcello Hernandez. And I've met this guy. I met him a few times at the comedy club I used to work at. He was a local comic, and it was pretty routine for local comics to come into the club. And if they had a relationship with the managers, they would be let in for free and they could sit in the VIP section and watch the show, so long as the show was not sold out. And we had a lot of touring, like big name comics, and on their Sunday shows, they wouldn't be sold out. And so it's pretty routine for a local comic to come in and sit in the back and watch the show. And he had done it a number of times. And on one particular occasion I can remember, he actually came in early during like our meeting before the shift. And usually we are just riffing on each other and just making fun of each other. I mean, it was just a laugh fest. It was a total riot working at this place. I love working there. We made fun of each other all the time, and it was just all in good fun. And he comes in, and he talks over everybody, won't let you get in a word in. And he's trying to crack off all these jokes, and none of the jokes are landing. And then when we try to do our usual thing, start cracking off some jokes, he gets offended. And he would say things to the effect of, you shouldn't joke about that. And it's like, oh my God, this guy is, because we would say all kinds of inappropriate stuff, and he was one of those woke warriors, even though there was no one to showboat to in that environment. And when he walked away, his friend, well, I don't know if they were friends, but they definitely knew each other quite well, had worked in comedy with each other for some time. He said something to the effect of, oh my, like, that guy's such a jerk, and he acts that way because he's wealthy and he doesn't have to have a job or anything, so he doesn't need to be nice to anyone, and he is only nice to people who are above him, who he tries to use to get opportunities and stuff like that. So he said something to that effect. And I don't really know the guy, but besides these few interactions, so I'm not trying to put out a hit piece or anything, and I'm really not trying to talk crap about the guy or anything. I just wanted to. I thought it was interesting, a good time to talk about like how opportunities really come about, because it's not just skill and dedication. A lot of times, it's actually being wealthy. Because when you're wealthy, you don't have to have a day job. You don't have to go to work every day. Instead, and by having all that free time, you're allowed to whatever like craft you want to develop, you're afforded the time and opportunity to develop that at a much faster rate than everyone else who has to work a day job, for like serving or something. And with that money, you can also pay for opportunities. You can pay to make connections. If you know a comic is going to be in town, you can say, hey, I'll buy your dinner. I just want to chat with you for something, for a little bit. Of course, he has the money to do stuff like that. You can also pay to get into clubs. Say, hey, can I perform tonight? Instead of you paying me, I'll pay you. Now, I don't know if he's doing all this. I imagine, he was using his money to do stuff like this. I remember he said he was moving to Miami to do to pursue comedy or whatever, but he doesn't have to work because he's so wealthy. So he's in Miami, he's partying with celebrities, and that's forming connections, and that gets him opportunities. Hey, I'm a comedian. Can I get in to perform at this club tonight? While he's on a yacht party. That's how opportunities come about most of the time. It's that's why the little guy has such a struggle to get up there. It's not just because oh well, Marcel, he's actually funny. And even though I didn't find him funny in my personal interaction with him, I did watch a clip from his debut on SNL, and I thought it was pretty funny. So I'm not trying to say the kid is not funny. And actually, I'll play it for you guys right now. I think it's pretty funny, but I'll let you decide.
The American announcer who's been speaking English the whole game gets an accent all of a sudden. Now this guy named Jeff is like, and now coming to the plate from Santo Domingo.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty funny. I don't know if he wrote that. It doesn't really matter. I thought he was pretty funny. I thought he had a lot of energy, and he looks good on camera. So I think it was a good cast. But it's just like this person was never nice in any interaction I've had with him. And you would think, nice people should get opportunities. Well, no, that's really not it's really not the case. And being wealthy affords you to not have to be nice to people, because a lot of times we're nice to people because, we don't know where that interaction might lead. That might be someone who's in a position to hoist us up to the next step in our career. So we try to be nice to everyone, and even just for the virtue of being nice, it feels good to be nice to people. But people like this, they just don't have to be nice to you. It doesn't matter. It won't affect them because they have the money for it not to affect them. And also, I've heard a lot about SNL casting before, and people, they're like, no, that person wasn't cast because of their nationality. It was cast honestly because they're actually funny. Well, I don't actually believe that, because I know people who have auditioned before. I know one guy he was not supposed to audition. He kind of snuck in, and they knew because they have a list, but they let him do the audition anyways. I suppose in case he surprised them or whatever. And it's a pretty intense audition. Like, don't get me wrong, he probably had to do a lot to get this role, but they're looking for certain things. Because when my friend, got done with the auditioning and went off stage, he overheard them talking about who they were going to cast, and they weren't talking about someone with talent. They were talking about aspects about them. They were saying that, we're looking for a black female. And later on that year, they announced the new cast, and it was a black female was a part of the cast. So they're looking for specific things to add to the SNL cast. They're not necessarily looking for the most talented person. And this kid, Marcello, he's Dominican and Cuban. So he checks off 2 big boxes for them. They love that. But again, I'm not trying to put out a hit piece or anything. Obviously, I wish him the best of luck. I'm just saying, if you're out there and you're struggling to make things work and to get those opportunities, and you're seeing people around you get opportunities, well, guess what? It's not totally your fault. And working hard is not the only way to get opportunities. Really, it's being wealthy, having money. So I would do your best to save, and don't go out and party. Because once you have money, you can now pay for opportunities. You can pay to make connections. And this guy, he didn't have to wait because his family had money. But having that money afforded him the ability to hone his craft and to pay for opportunities to meet celebrities, to make connections, and to ultimately get on to SNL. That's it for today, guys. I didn't want it to be much of a rant. I don't want to seem like a bitter person. I'm really not. I'm really not a bitter person. I believe in working harder than other people, and I'm not too big on money. I don't do anything for money, really, and I think that's actually a flaw. I think I should be doing things for money, and I think I should be building a nice reserve of cash so that I can do things like obviously what he did. I mean, I'm friends with the guy on Facebook, and if you scroll through his videos, I mean, he's constantly traveling, constantly doing videos with celebrities and stuff. And it's like, oh, okay. I mean, you're posturing, but you have the ability to posture because you're actually hanging out with celebrities. So that's all, guys. Thanks for watching.